ala bagasol so fi be fele nata so ko be na be men fola bari jandi be fem fola foni kalindi folom alquran ko
yes
ha ngam gan sinano je ninga ko mani ngol yari
okay
nte Amadou Kora
Bekal
alquran la ko
Bekalil alquran la ko
be fem fola jam a bebe kala tonya drong lamari o ma ko
a bebe tojate baraka
Honorable Chair, I think the oath should have first been said in English and then translated to Mandinka for the witness.
Okay.
For the record.
Okay. Yes. So let me go back.
And is he affirming or is he swearing by the Quran as well? Yes, if he's swearing by the Quran, he needs to hold the Quran. But if he's affirming, it's fine then. But it needs to be explained to him.
In fact, that should come later. What we should start with now is to adopt the minutes, the agenda, then introduction of members, opening remarks, and then the oath comes. Right. So, could any honorable member?
I move that we adopt the agenda without amendment.
Right. The agenda is moved and seconded. So at this point in time, Mr. Interpreter will introduce ourselves.
Janni me dumna kuoto programme to be lafta molle itandira mino be nyim programme kunna.
I am Honorable Mali Sise, chairperson.
Omar Jammeh, member.
Sir, member.
Demu slide to the committee.
Well, for my honorable colleagues, I think we'll go by speak English for record purposes, and the interpreter will interpret. But then we can just move on without wasting time now. Now, I'll read the statement. Good afternoon, Mr. Witness, Amadou Kora.
Mr. Kora, me urala.
On behalf of the Special Select Committee of the National Assembly,
committee
I welcome you to this sitting convened to inquire into
this
sitting which is convened to inquire into the sale and disposals of assets identified by the Commission of Inquiries.
Former President Bagasol, ya Kinyadi la Dunta Nyadi la ni Santa Nyadi la Santa Munel
into the financial activities of the public bodies, enterprises, and offices in relation to their dealings with the former President Yaya A. Jammeh and connected matters.
You are appearing
today in response to a summons duly issued by this committee to provide testimony on matters within your knowledge that are relevant to the subject of our inquiry. Please be reminded that you are appearing under oath and pursuant to the provision of 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia, it constitutes contempt of the National Assembly to knowingly withhold, misrepresent, or conceal any information relevant to the committee's work.
bunda min poteng wo mina yitandi wala ni wo Gambia la constitution o Gambia la loi keba ay muna yitandi wala ni ko lo min ko ya ma bo ma ko ima yitandi banta akamun tawo wa bani la andu woto loi kudo sikeno ay wo kudo wulunole.
Furthermore, please be advised that in accordance with parliamentary privilege and statement of testimony you provide before this commission shall not be used against you in any court of law.
Ila lua koma be bombo lua min kunna koma yeto min fojang nta ko pour que batande o pour que bula problème o kono because of you min fojang won ko lela
yeto bon fojang momo ta tanola kaya sam kito to okam
except in case of perjury, that is where it is proven that you knowingly and deliberately provided false information whilst on the oath. You are therefore expected to cooperate fully and provide truthful, accurate, and complete responses to all questions posed back to you.
Woto yimmi kunna wajibo te bi ka yoni ka profenna yoni lonje ya doko ya fu anyara andu ya go explain ko kura ke nyaadi de kala pe nakar.
Whether the question is by the committee's legal counsel or by honorable members of this committee.
Mo jan lo mo jan ni yoni ka pembe na yoni lonje fu anyama anin dibide ko labe jan ni yoni ka min na ya long apo.
The committee appreciates your presence and expects your utmost candor and cooperation throughout these proceedings.
Committee content about ela bi janna andu ya lon ko ela bi janna I content about andu ya lon ko ibakil anyama.
Thank you very much.
Abaraka.
Now you can proceed to administer the oath before the testimony of the...
Let me go back.
Yeah, no. We were supposed to because they
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Whoever is taking chair, I just want to
I,
Amadou Kora,
do solemnly, sincerely and truly swear that.
Say it again.
Do solemnly, sincerely and truly swear that. That the evidence I shall give before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kora. Counsel, now I hand the witness over to you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Welcome, Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora mbe bismillah.
Please turn on your mic.
Ela mic
Secretariat, perhaps?
ela mic ma.
Okay. Kindly state your full name,
It can be
current occupation for the record.
ani be do ko la min tole. Why come be ma ka moneto.
Nteto mu Amadou Kora lete.
My names are Amadou and Kora.
Mbota URD Tumanna.
I was born in URR Tumana
Tamba Sansang.
in a village called Tamba Sansang.
Ntela dokuo.
My work is
Ngara business okay and ngara politics okay.
I'm a politician at the same time a businessman.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kora. Now, before we get into your testimony, I'm going to put some things to you and you can confirm for the committee. Did you receive a summons to appear and give a statement before this committee's panel of investigators?
Janimbe dula bulala kachape okono fo tamono dilale numba.
Ha yadi na le ya send na mobile okono.
Yes, I was giving someone through my mobile.
Telephone phone.
Through my mobile.
Okay. And you also received a summons to appear today and testify before this committee.
Yeah, for fanang ko bi ite nyante na la janne ka sede yaro.
Ya fo nye ka fo nyanda na 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I was told that I should be here by 3.
Did you submit any documents to the clerk of the National Assembly?
Janni kana jam fo title sambana ne bankaji clerk la mim National Assembly la clerk. Fo title diala.
Hani nims yen saman men na madi ala de. Kata be mobile okono.
Okay.
I did not give anything because the summon was sent in through a mobile.
Sorry, Mr. Kora, that was not the question asked.
So
The question I asked was, did you submit any documents relevant to this committee?
Yes.
Many kaka mina wala mfo kaito samana njanne ba mi ya lonko nyin committee la program obakono.
Ha ngo kaito abembulu jang.
Yes, I did that. I have a document with me right now.
Mr. Kora, I'm not referring or asking whether you received physical documents from this committee. I'm asking whether you yourself have any documents that this committee may make use of in your custody and whether you have submitted safe to the clerk of the assembly.
Ako fo ite kaiti soto ina marioto no ya ko yadi committee wala pour no be bon kisikisiro membe keri.
Yen minin kare nga kaito na kaito na ta jang nga copy ya copy ndin copy ta copy tu ta jang.
O mana statement o
Statement wani wo ko la kay man kaito na ta jang.
o ko ata man kaiti koten di ni committee wala.
Hani.
All right, very well. So the document you have before you, is that a copy of your statement or is that a document you have brought to show the committee, to present to the committee?
Kaito membe bulu je right now. Wo for the statement on lembang yemi pour
Na statement do lo mo ngamenke.
this is the statement I made, yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora Baraka.
On the day you appeared before the investigators here at the National Assembly, you gave a statement.
Lungo minna inata jang ening industry mingo kiskisora jang National Assembly yes statement do doilanu.
Ha na statement do kele.
And you were given a copy.
Yes, I gave a statement. For a copy dilanu.
A copy din.
Yes, they gave me a copy.
After you gave your statement, was the statement read back to you?
Kabri yela statement to di asafe for karanne purka ya karinyala.
Ya be karanyala jandi ba sainda.
Yes, it was read to me clearly.
And you signed it?
Did you? Yes, I did.
Anga sign.
Yes, I did sign.
And everything contained in that statement, you do agree and still stand by it?
Ye min bebe kaito ko no min sign fo ite pango sondale ko ila kuma kangole ngot.
Sonda wala le nakuma kangalo molti.
Yes, I really agree. Everything is from me, or was from me.
All right. Thank you very much.
Barak.
Honorable Chair, I'd like to apply that the witness's statement be adopted and marked AK1. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Mr. Kora, before we get into your testimony proper, can you've mentioned that you are a businessman and a politician, but can you provide more information with regards to the work that you do as a businessman and a politician?
Mr. Kora, janimbe dunna kacha pango kono, dino kono. Ita ko imo politician ulti ando ibe business le pana kekam. Lafta kalo ite mun politician sipalti aning anibe mun business all.
Ntela business o nkara atodu nkara na politiko ke na party o pour na party o da.
I do propaganda for my party.
Aninga ninsi wafo fananke.
I have also been a cattle dealer.
Because of livestock yemula ninsi wafo la.
Because I was hired or I was chosen by livestock to sell cattle for them.
Wala akendinga ninsi kuolong.
And that was why I knew a lot about cattle.
Ninsi tiyo sang.
I have also been buying groundnut.
Anin kata sukurol ni manolu.
And also some other foodstuffs. This is what I deal in.
Thank you. You mentioned that livestock had engaged you for the sale of cattle. When did they start?
Yeah, for example, livestock nene tale puru ninsiwako. That was in 1987.
And by livestock, you mean the Department of Livestock under the Ministry of Agriculture?
Even livestock, Jumala, co livestock member agriculture.
Member abuko ila sotu mbe bokul pitin street molema. Usmela sisebe director alaje.
The one that has its headquarters at Bokul Street, where Ismail Sisa is the director, or was the director.
Okay.
Mr. Kora, I said, when you say livestock, do you mean the Department of Livestock under the Ministry of Agriculture?
Abe minyin ngaka wolo livestock jumale livestock mimbe agriculture koto fo wala bang.
Moloma usmela sisebe dame wala mu le director to.
Yes, that is the one I'm referring to. And then the director was Ismail Sise.
Okay, at the time you were appointed.
That was the time they asked me to buy cattle or sell cattle.
Thank you.
Abaraka.
Now let's get into your testimony and the reason you are here today. How you gave a statement, and in paragraph 2 of your statement, you mentioned, and I'm going to read this because you will not be able to read it out for the committee. I'll start with the second sentence. On one occasion, whilst traveling from Basse to Kombo, I overheard in one of the towns that there was a cattle sale taking place in Kanilai.
Yes.
Out of curiosity,
okay, so yes, go ahead.
Out of curiosity, I decided to go there to see for myself.
Yes.
All right. So now my question is, how exactly did you learn about the sale of cattle in Kanilai?
Namo imolela nata futa Kanilai Johnsonoto ngaje molni ni solbu wala Kanilai otumole mfanan ko mbatu ngata kanilai benye kumpoto ngata je jube.
I heard this from people, and when I was coming from Basse to the Combos up to Kanilai Johnson, I saw some people with cattle, and therefore I concluded that there is something, cattle is being sold there, so I went there.
Where exactly did you hear this information?
I heard about it in Basse.
So you learned about this before leaving Basse?
Yes, I heard this from people even before I left Basse.
Was this something that was discussed a lot in Basse when the sales were coming up?
I don't know exactly whether many people were talking about, but I really heard this from people.
Interesting, Mr. Kora. Did you know that the sale of the cattle was not advertised?
I don't know, but I heard this from people.
So when you were leaving Basse, then you were intending to go to Kanilai and not come to Kombo?
No, I was coming to Kombo. I was coming to Kombo.
So you also mentioned that on your way to Kombo, you saw people with cows. Is that correct?
I saw people while I was in the vehicle with some cattle at Kanilai Johnson.
How many vehicles did you see? And how many cattle?
No, ma kontinga.
Sorry, Mr. Kora, I have to wait for the question to be interpreted.
I saw only one truck, and I saw people and cattle, and they were going.
So you assume that they were coming from Kanilai?
So for that, yes, when I saw them, I concluded that these people are from Kanilai.
Why did you conclude?
I heard about this since in Basse, so when I came up to Kanilai Johnson, I saw people with cattle, so I concluded that that is the reality.
At what time did you get to Kanilai Junction?
If we like Kanilai, what did you male?
Kanilai 1 o'clock.
I arrived at Kanilai by 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Were you driving on that day or were you using public transport?
I had my own car.
Okay. So you were driving and you saw people coming from Kanilai and you decided to drive to Kanilai.
So yes, that was why I went to Kanilai.
Why did you go to Kanilai?
Kanilai je katu Kanilai tatanye kumpoloto awa yala watu kono nga muta jamale ke dulalto kataka yaje abotaje wodiata nye pulungata ngajeke.
I was impressed. I wanted to see Kanilai because during last time I heard about the place and I did not go there. So I wanted to see Kanilai, and that was one of the reasons why I went to Kanilai.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Dada yendindi seli jamala kono Gambia kono nyimako kata na mwanje na kama bije kusila nyata na kuteke ngomba mfana ngata aje
I really wanted to see Kanilai because during the days of Jammeh, I heard about Kanilai. I've never been there, and I was arrested for it many times, and I therefore wanted, I therefore knew that I could explain our commitment to Kanilai, so I went there to see Kanilai for myself for the first time.
So that's the only reason you went to Kanilai?
Kanilai, Kanilai.
Wala samba wala kita na risino purungata.
That was the reason why I went to Kanilai. That was the reason why I went to Kanilai.
Mr. Kora, Yahya Jammeh had left, or the President Jammeh had left the Gambia in January 2017. These sales took place a year after. Why did you wait until that moment to go and see what's at Kanilai?
Mr. Kora, Yahya Jammeh January 2017. It is like I want to Kanilai for covering zero satellite at Kanilai. I hardly believe that I know I can go now. I can go now because that was the time I was free to go there, and I knew I can go now by that time. And there were so many people there also.
So, were you going to Kanilai on that day because you wanted to see what it looked like, or were you going because you saw people that had bought cattle and were leaving Kanilai with the cattle?
I really wanted to see Kanilai first.
Okay, and when you got there, did you see what you wanted to see?
Ha, ndata je ngamur jama tarje ngaji fade benis wa fola ndata mfuta tema je.
Yes, I went there, and when I saw what I was looking for, and I also met many people, and I also saw them buying and selling cattle.
What did you see that you were looking for?
Ngaji ko kafu ndun tarje kaje be jube kaje la waro jube kaje la ko jube data ngata nyirbe nis wa fola je ngata loy sinna je.
I went there to see the place, and I to see the place in reality for the first time. And I was going around to look at the place and know the place. I saw people buying and selling cattle.
Were you allowed to have a tour of the place?
Yes, they did not stop me from going around because there were so many people.
Okay. Apart from seeing people attending the sales, what else did you see in Kanilai?
Okay. Ntata nilbenis wa fola ngatari mo jama ba fola jallo ngaje o be sansan kono nin sol be dame.
As soon as I arrived, I heard people calling one soul name, Jallo, and that Jallo was inside the place where this cattle was being sold. It was this Jallo who was selling the cattle. Hold on,
Sorry, Mr. Kora, that was not what I asked you.
Okay.
My question was, what did you see apart from people selling cattle? Selling and buying cattle. What else did you see? Because you said you were allowed to tour the place. So what else did you see?
I saw some crocodiles or crocodiles. I look at them.
Okay, what else did you see?
So I saw people selling and buying cattle.
Continue.
When I met them selling and buying cattle, we were next to an enclosure. They were calling Jallo.
Okay, let me stop you here. We will get to what happened at the sales dam when you got there. So are you telling this committee that when you got to Kanilai, You went in, you saw crocodiles, and then you moved to the sale ground. Is that it?
No, I don't want to look at
Which question to be
yes, okay.
translated?
So I foi ba ko ka molele ko kabari de ta da ni bambaje wo ko ta ta ni son ko wa fula me problem ba.
Ha, wala mo.
Yes, that was what happened.
So crocodiles were the first thing you saw when you went to when you got to Kanilai.
So kabari fula da ni polo de nya wala bambul.
Ha, ntamita jame ngala nga jabe jube kadum konoto kata bambolu be dame nge jube.
No, not only. I saw also the Grand Mosque, and I went inside, and then from there I went to see where the crocodiles were.
Jabe ni amambang, amam finish.
That is an unfinished mosque.
So, Mr. Kora, right before you saw the sales ground, that is the farm, or we'll say the ranch where the livestock were being held, you first saw the crocodile. Who guided you to see the crocodile?
Itara gamen konon ka bambol jibe jumala silo kandila jumala silo lende jumala sambaje
momo mon sambaje bawo ni nata mo jamabe korote kare bulale yetambi bambol be sila kartan dangalla ni dunda doro marako to bambol bi jele nso tange jube.
Nobody guided me and nobody directed me. I was just following the way, and when I went, the crocodiles were not far from the road, and I saw them and I looked at them.
All right. So now, when you were going to Kanila, you said you were driving your car. Were you accompanied by anyone?
Kabari ikata Kanila any fancy motor, any funny mole motor kono.
Ah, that driver be motor kono.
I was with my driver.
Only your driver.
It was a driver, madam.
Mo kotel fadam bije, mo do bije fana.
There were some other people
in the car with you.
If la moto.
Ha defang la moto.
There were some other people.
How many people?
Mojelu?
No, ntani driver ni mo kiline bije.
Myself, the driver, and another person.
Okay, so 3 of you.
Mosoba.
Ha.
Yes.
Okay. So after you saw the crocodiles and moved on to the cattle farm, what was the situation like on the ground?
Kabari ta da bambol je foi pareta. Ninso da wonna men wa firo bonunje. What mo jodo nyadile.
Ntata mfuta ni solbe dame ngatari mo jama bije.
There were many people there.
You saw many people. Who was conducting the sales when you got there?
Kabari fura da jumala da wa firo ke kanu.
De jallo le tarje wala ni be wafuro wala be wafuro foka. Mo jama bije bari ngatari jallo le be wafuro.
I found one Mr. Jallo selling the cattle.
Mr. Jallo was selling the cattle. What is his first name?
Mr. Jallo atoko wonu.
Ani ma atolo nga jallo le nyine moyto.
I really don't know his first name.
Please describe the situation on the ground when you got there.
Lafta kabari fura kanila ko do ke kanu nyaadi le nin so ni mol ya ko mol mun be kiri no pun salon no
Birin de futa de na tara jallo ni mo ba fala jallo.
Then I arrived, people were calling on this Mr. Jallo.
What our new so price up to 5,000.
So from there I had him give him prices, and he gave a price of one of the cattle at $5,000.
Not money.
Yes, you can continue. Keep on track.
Then I called Jallo. Then I called him, I told him to come.
At least 5,000.
Then I told Jallo this 5,000 was too small for the car or the cattle that we are selling. It should have been 12,000 instead of 5,000. Then he was surprised. Then he was surprised.
Continue.
But he continued on what he was doing. From time to time he used to Asinakang. From time to time he used to come close to where I was standing. Then he will ask me how much a particular cattle or cow would cost. Then I would tell him. Then if I tell him, after that,
More natana subi kamfata.
Then people were suspicious and they were annoyed.
Motana bigi natante karolandi.
So they created a distance from me.
Awa utuma nantenata yekata lufunati utuma nantenata na wifi purukana.
So from there now I decided to leave and come or go.
Mr. Kora, when you got to Kanela and you saw the sales ground, why did you think it was Mr. Jallo that was selling the cattle?
Mr. Jallo people were shouting. He was in charge of the cattle and people were shouting his surname.
That's it. You did not ask him whether he was the one actually authorized to sell the cattle.
I did not ask whether he was the true person who should have sold the cattle. But I concluded that because there were soldiers and people were there and people were selling or buying from him, so I concluded that he is the right person to sell, or he was the right person selling the cattle.
Did you notice whether there were other individuals, public officials, who were also involved in the sale process?
Yes, that happened, but that was the second day when I went.
Because at the Kaito, and Kaito of Adila, yet I'm one year, but what to know, Deman Futa.
Yeah, one was the one, for example, if you want something, he will write on a paper and then give you the paper, and then you go and collect or go and pay whatever you want to do or whatever transaction you want to do.
It is Mr. Jallo that was doing the writing on the paper.
Mr.
Yes, when he tells you a price, when you tell a price, he will write the amount on a paper and give you that paper.
And then were payments being made to Mr. Jallo?
On the second day when I went there.
So you were aware that the sheriff was present with his officials?
So
because of how many
every time I knew who the sheriff was, but before I did not know because people were moving and I did not ask who was who.
So it's on the second day you saw the sheriff?
Because of more comfortable, I can to Utuma and Nata Tambi, Janoko Sarifeko, Nambata more at the mother of Mambe, Utuma and Nata Aja Abesiri Wulu.
And the following day, people became suspicious and then tried to create a distance between me and them, and therefore,
because of you can't kill him.
Okay, on the second day when I went there, people were getting annoyed with me or suspicious with me, and so they were trying to create a distance. So they told them that this man is going because people are not happy about his presence here.
Not Jalen, not.
That was the time I left and went away.
Let's stick to the first day, right?
Okay.
We will go to the second day after.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm
okay. Kabro Kazana Nana, bring Lufa, Fry, not a monster, the Capibota, Camfara. I want the gap of the Besselina and then at a Silomuda Nata.
And before I advised him not to sell that cattle, instead of letting him sell 12,000. So people became annoyed, and so I decided to leave that day and went home.
So when you arrived at Kanilai and you went to the sales ground, you saw Mr. Jallo selling a cattle for $5,000. Is that correct? That's what you've stated. Mr. Cora, you have to wait for the question to be translated to you.
Yeah,
You don't speak English.
No, not well.
okay, not well, yeah. Yeah, 5,000. Wala kina kabring na advice mo ng mga kontak mo. Rupa wala hamoy mo po. Wala pa kanya.
Mr. Cora, do you remember the date you first went to Kanilai? The date?
Lungo min la kanila don ning lungo min kali tilijelle mani kali jumale.
Afara molo.
I have forgotten that day.
You know what we are going to do, Mr. Cora? I think we should just stop this interpretation thing. Don't you think so? Because you're already answering the questions even before I complete them.
Okay.
So do we speak English?
No. I tried. I'm not going to school. I've just tried.
Yeah,
He said something, he will be trouble.
Yeah.
You have to interpret me. I have to say something is true.
Okay.
You have to wait for the interpreter to
Okay, sorry.
the questions.
I
Because
can wait.
if not, we will just switch to English.
Okay.
Okay. So you heard what I said? You
Yes.
said you don't remember the date.
Haning akila maluni karo yije.
Oh, I've forgotten the date and the month.
You've forgotten the date and the month.
Haning molo.
Yeah.
Molo, melo.
I can't remember.
You're skipping the interpreter. It's like you don't need, I'm the one that needs the interpreter, not you. That's what
So I cannot remember the date or the month.
All right, no problem. When you heard the price announced for a cattle for $5,000, you decided to approach Mr. Jallo. Is that correct?
Mr. Kabri Yamo, Mr. Jallo Kafo, Niso 5,000. 5,000. Mr. Jallo, yes, that was the exact time I called him and talked to him.
So do you approach him or you called him to the side to come and speak to you?
I was standing next to the fence and I called him and he came nearer to me and then I explained to him that cattle could not be sold $5,000 but $12,000.
Why did you think the cattle shouldn't have been sold at $5,000?
It is my work and I have the experience in cattle dealing.
You did not answer my question.
The
question was, why did you think the cattle shouldn't have been sold at $5,000 but should have been sold at $12,000? 5,000. The weight of the cattle and the power of the cattle told me, or let me I knew that it shouldn't have been sold 5,000. It should have been sold 12,000. And how did you determine that?
It's my job. I have the experience.
That is not the answer to the question. We know what your job is, or you are a businessman and that you sell cattle. The price is the value you attach to that cattle. How did you arrive at that price?
Yes, I have been doing this. I have been going up to Senegal buying and selling cattle. And when you see a particular cattle, you should be able to tell or to determine the cost of that cattle or the value of cattle, looking at the size or the body of the cattle or the health condition of the cattle, you could sometimes estimate how much that cattle should be sold.
And what was the condition of that particular cattle you saw being sold for 5,000?
Say it again, Council.
What was the condition of the cattle he saw being sold?
Yo,
for
min
5,000?
so min jeyba wafu kam 5,000. Ala haro be nyadire.
da mi woto ngadi ko anyanta wa fule 12,000.
The condition of that cattle, I knew from after looking at the condition of the cattle, I knew that cattle definitely should not have been sold 5,000 or 12,000 because of its condition, appearance.
Onye Kenya be nyadi. Ni so na Kenya. Ona so na ka bu na ndele tan tlelet. Ha. Amaya ke lulut. Ha. Akenya be nyadi wala ko so be nyadi. Ona so drum. Ona so drum. Akenya ni Kenya na ko so wala Kenya ni preso fae. Wala Kenya be nyadi.
I was able to know or determine that price because looking at the cattle was in good condition. It has the weight is in good shape. It's in good shape. It was part of it, yes.
And you decided that 12,000 was a good price for that cattle.
So I later na foko what nyin so be nyame amanya na wa hafula 5,000 but 12,000. Yes.
Is your phone ringing?
Oh, yes. 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 Close it now.
Please, can you turn your phone off or put it on
Yes.
silent?
Oh, ila mobile ni sa ano wa ya ke silence. Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. So after you made that suggestion to Mr. Jallo, did he take up the suggestion? Did he change the price of that particular cattle?
Kabiri ko Mr. Jallo ko nyimma nyanna wa hafula nyinna wa nyanta wa hafula nyila. Kilo wa mandele numbang.
Ngadi ko tata abitaka ayo safe kaito do kabiri mo fa asontan le ka fo ngamem fo.
Yeah, Mr. Jallo agreed to change the price and sold the cattle what I did at the amount I told him.
Can you please repeat your answer so that the interpreter can...
He agreed for the advice I gave him.
And he sold it for 12,000.
Another for 12,000. I concluded that he sold it at 12 because I saw him wrote something on the paper and then passed the paper.
Who did he give the paper to?
Huh?
The paper. You wrote something on a paper and gave it to somebody. Who did he give it to?
The one who wanted to sell, who wanted to buy the cattle.
Okay. And they went on. What did that person do after they received the paper from Mr. Jallo?
Then from there, after having been given the piece of paper, you will go to where they should pay and make payment.
Was Mr. Jallo the only person selling cattle that day?
Oh, only one of us did here. But Mr. Jallo the Malabi was rolling. Yes, he was the only one I found in that enclosure, and he was in charge of writing and dishing it out to people.
Mr. Jallo was the one announcing the prices, was he?
So Mr. Jallo like a price for Santo Purmoliano. But I heard this price from Mr. Jallo, and therefore I advised him that that price was too low.
No, we are now done with the 5,000, 12,000 cattle. Stay for a while, isn't it?
Monday or 5,000
Yes, and you stayed after that. You did not leave immediately. You stayed there for a while.
What I'm not funti yes, wonya, my sitter jele demanding.
And what the gentleman, Balaja Morbina, Noisla Botaje.
Yeah, I was there for some time, but when I saw that people were creating commotion, I decided to leave.
When did you leave?
Botaje 4 o'clock watola.
So
That left the place at 4 p.m.
that was not a small time. You said you got there at 1 and you left at 4. That's 3 hours.
But women in the jail, Montreal was somehow like a
But mom is Italy will waffle black, only more system moment attack.
Yes, I was there for 3 hours, but then I did not spend all these 3 hours at the place where the cattle was being sold because I was a bit in contrast with what was going on, what people think of. A bit. It was a bit in contrast of what people were think of me or what people thought I was there for.
What did people think you were there for?
So it's a lot of Nancy Wafula, Muna Dolia Miracle Kudo Leje.
Not so meant for what I can be Italy.
Because I advised Gallo to change the price, and so people were became suspicious of my being there.
How many times did you advise Mr. Jallo on price?
She never allowed Mr. Jallo advice for the price quota.
Abyssinia Sabanyon Silale.
About 3 times.
Abo Silale.
About 3 times. About 3 times.
Only 3 times?
About 3 times, according to him.
Only 3 times?
3 times.
Yes, as far as I can remember, I did advise him 3 times.
That question I asked was not interpreted to the witness.
Okay.
Even though he seems to not need an interpreter, but for the record, he needs to.
Okay.
The question needs to be interpreted to him before he can answer.
Okay. Say it again then.
Did you only help Mr. Jallo price cattle only 3 times when you were there?
Mr. Jallo, kabari for the ya mo abe nisol price of pork and
nothing about ning I remember for Sinankan Nsafa Ponde Amiratene Asta.
Monthful.
Yes.
It was a monthful.
Okay.
Mr. Jallo, Siena Jolle, no solo price on.
Appreciate demanding it.
Yes. I did.
Because I'm not going to amount on.
I didn't give him pieces of advice for about 3 times or more.
So there's a possibility it could be more than 3 times.
So relevant advice as 3 times. Yes, it could be more than 3 times.
Why did you feel the need to help Mr. Jallo with the pricing?
Muna bula wokono kam Mr. Jallo advice pour ni sola price. Muna bula wokono.
Na dina manya na sonna bankola fengolo mo abetala wona wodendo le mbulala.
I thought I should not have allowed him to sold those, underprice them and then sold them because it's going to be a waste for the country.
Sorry, I did not get that.
I thought that was too small the price and therefore I advised him to sell the price, the cattle exact price because otherwise that was going to be a waste for the country.
Was that the only reason you decided to help Mr. Jallo with pricing?
For recent just give Tano Jemia and I tell Mr. Jallo advice. For the Mali.
Among the reason canto dambandro.
There was no other reason as to why I did give him piece of advice.
Did you buy any cattle on that day?
Well, I have never bought a cattle from there.
Why didn't you buy? You stated here that you were a businessman, you're into cattle, cattle business. So why didn't you buy any cattle?
Because business was like, and you can some killing. I had no money.
And no decision for a month.
And it was not my intention to buy a cattle that day.
So that's why you did not buy, even though you went back the second day.
Yes, I went there the second day.
Why did you go back the second day?
pour kata ka ajube fira mo je ke jube.
I went there to check what was going on, how cattle were being bought and sold.
That's the only reason you went back.
That was the main reason why I went there for the second time, to see Kanilai and also to witness how cattle was being bought and sold.
What was so interesting about watching cattle being bought and sold, considering you've informed this committee that you've been in the business of buying and selling cattle since 1987? So what was so fascinating about the sale of cattle in Kanilai that made you go back there a second time?
It took over 1987 in Siwafola, in July. If you are Murta Kanilai, Muna Tina, Mune Murundije, Munkula, the Jeremy and the point of Murtaje Kote.
It can't be a Hanumato and Carta Lumato, yet I gave you a month and Preta, I saw you the Munakari.
This is part of me, because even in the Lumos I would go and then see what was going on or what do transpire, and then do transpire in a Lumo or wherever cattle was being bought and sold.
When you left Kanilai the first day, did you go back to Basse?
Kabri but Kanilai Lumforo,
Not a land nice work on the job.
No, I came and then slept in my compound here.
Where is your compound? In the National Assembly?
I number 16 Bokul Street.
You translated the question to be
number
translated.
16 Bokul Street.
You did not translate the question because the witness jumped.
So I did not sleep here really. I slept at my compound or in my compound at number 16 Bokul Street in Banjul.
Okay, so you drove from Kanilai to Banjul and then woke up the next day and drove from Banjul to Kanilai again just to watch cattle being sold.
So I kabari na la jang wo fulula nya we na ta bojang kotike kata fu Kanilai imanta fe nak fu ka mol jibe wa pour la le pirla yes, that was why I went, because if you don't go there you will definitely not know what was happening. Sometimes you may go to a Lumo and to see what is happening, when you will not even buy anything. Just go and see what happens in a Lumo without buying anything.
Okay. That's a very, I'd say you're a very curious man then.
What do I want to me along to
drive from Banjul to Kanilai just to watch cattle being sold?
Kabo Banjul Katafu Kanilai, Nisiwa for them or Kumbo Baliata.
Afa enjoy Kanilai Kataje wotumo menketa na jareta nyepobela. Those are that will more than maybe 9 months or 1 year.
In those days I was highly interested to go to Kanilai and see the place, because prior to that one I was in detention for 9 months or 1 year without going anywhere.
You are the CRD kana o barbaro bela nijanete nalo hamu nene chamulet.
I have been detained in different parts of this country. And my lawyer used to be Nene Cham.
Kanilai kataji umuna farlo purunga taje.
It was definitely very important for me to go and to see Kanilai and how things operate there.
Very well, Mr. Kora. Let's go to paragraph 4 of your statement. I will read it out for the record.
So I can mean Karakoela Moy, Yela statement, abe now well consider.
I visited Kanilai on 2 separate occasions.
Senior Pula better Kanilai.
On the first day, I arrived around 1 p.m. and left at about 4 p.m. On the second day, I returned around the same time, but did not stay long because some buyers objected to my presence. accusing me of interfering and spoiling the sale.
Ya doba ko kan num fang ngal be biro tinyaka. So ya ngam fana ko mammeje.
I want to be clear that I was not invited there.
Lata mo ni lonko mo mang imbaje mo mang ka ko ngataje.
Nor was I paid or promised anything.
Andu manta de la pour kudo kam.
My
nobody paid me to go there. Mo man do pour kataje. Ko de mo man pendina pour kataje.
My presence was purely
Okay, moment like the moment you. Thank you.
my presence was purely out of curiosity and my long-standing interest in cattle.
Not mo galilo momenti wala kanin sola nal lapo nin sola kan yalo lap nal lapo nin sola anin purka jede membe keri.
Now, Mr. Kora,
Mr. Kora,
why did the members of the public that were present on the sales ground want you to leave?
minu be ninja piri dula to olunga mun na wol man la pite traje.
Prasa mum de gande ni advice kan pour ka fa ko ni ngam ngin la miro da deta medda wala ko wala mo kam fa e man kanke.
People, my presence was a cause of concern. People were annoyed as to my presence there because of the advice pieces of advice I was giving to Mr. Jallo. They did not want what I was telling Mr. Jallo.
What was Mr. Jallo's reaction to the public's resistance to your suggestion?
Kabring Mr. Jallo ya jako itala taro ko man dia mole ate mole ko wara mata nyadile.
Sila among for the paringalo ko umandi ha karin temal na fika fitino so de because of man safe man tan ka safe when you go kafu ba man safe.
He did not say anything, but I know he did not also want me to leave. But I knew I should leave because I did not want to be a cause of commotion at the place.
How did you know Mr. Jallo did not want you to leave?
Yala nyadi leko Mr. Jallo man la fiteta. I know because I went with him up to the sheriff, and then he told the sheriff that this man is helping us, but here he is going now, away, going home.
What did the sheriff say?
Sheriff wala mune pae. They were sitting along the way. I did not know what she said, but I just passed and then went away.
So after that, you just left Kanilai?
So, yes, that was the reason why I left and went home.
On the second day, when you were going, did you go with your driver again?
No, I did not go with my driver. Yeah. I took a commercial vehicle and went there.
You took public transport when you were going to Kanilai the second day?
Commercial motor,
yala bilimbo nga moto jida bulanga do tare nga moto tare fo mfutata je so ni moto kilimanta.
Yeah, when I left here, I was commuting from one vehicle to another until when I reached Kanilai.
Why did you use public transportation the second time?
Gaswelo so nga expenses la mbulle.
Fuel is expensive, and I was trying to economize my fuel.
And the price of fuel did not deter you from going to Kanilai, so you decided to join public transportation.
So Lundo Kabila Kanilai, Isanso la Sero, or Senso la ko Martin Naimantaji. Yes, that was because I was on my way from Basse coming to the Congo. So that was on the way. That was why I went there.
Very well. What is the name of your driver?
Wow. Say it again.
What is the name of his driver?
Musa.
Okay, the driver's name is Musa.
because until ka drive full car falling de mang drive full nyilo.
Keep on changing drivers, but I think this one was called Musa.
Nyinata okule.
You did not wait for the question to be translated.
So, yes.
You cannot remember the name of your driver.
No.
So, it's not drive for him.
Because on ka drive Jamalita, when you sign them metal.
Yeah, because we keep on changing drivers. And that is long time now.
It's only 8 years.
4 scientists say sea level.
Commission sign them near calculate metal.
Yeah,
7 years.
From that time to now it's a long time.
How come you remember Mr. Jallo, but you don't remember your driver?
Mr. Kelo Nyadi, Mr. Ihakilo Bambo, Mr. Jallo.
Manino, who Manino, they are getting up what do drivers calculate Kebulu, do Carfula, Aeta.
Yeah, that is because this man's name was shouted up everywhere. But then, as far as the driver is concerned, no driver will be with me for a long time. This one will be there 2-3 months, and they will go then out, hire another one.
It's quite convenient that you cannot remember your driver's name or your driver's full name.
Sila asike ka ko to man dim ite la drive ko nyina taw tola
nyina talede nte nyina talede
really I am
ko atari mem manke ngankali alquran
yeah definitely all that I will say here is the truth but I've definitely forgotten his name.
So you only remember his first name as Musa. Your driver. Is that not what you said?
Go.
Question to be translated, or do we speak English?
Okay.
But I try to remember.
Mata dali. Because on kana fani yapo mata dali. Nina the point nalede.
So I forgotten. And I don't want to speak lies. So that's why I only say what I can remember and not the second name.
Okay, what else can you remember about your driver? Where did he live? As well, or from Banjo?
Honey, ko ngambra yalu ngafo nyam ngadrive jamalita at least inta allo nola atodu menki nim menki linta je metal.
I cannot definitely say where he lived because so many drivers went through me. So and it's long time now, and therefore I can't remember who is who or who was who.
No problem.
Okay, I will ask.
So on the second day, did you help Mr. Jallo with pricing at all, or was it that immediately you arrived, people objected to your presence and you left?
Mr. Jallo pricing. When as soon as people saw me, they decided to make noise. So I did not spend long time there. Much time I just spent.
Did you know these people prior to attending the sales at Kanilai?
Melbe Sandrola, Melon, but Melbe Sandrola, Mala Minikini Monte, because of Mojamala Bide.
I don't know don't know them because there were many there are Senegalese, but really I know they were the one who were making noise because they were buying and selling the cattle.
The public was there to buy, not to sell.
Yes, there were people buying.
Yes. These people saw you and started complaining that you should leave the sale ground.
So yes, they never wanted my presence. I was also not comfortable with the situation.
Why were you not comfortable?
They could have fought me or they could have beaten me.
Mr. Kora, you really thought that the public that was there to buy cattle were going to beat you?
Isi attack ya mande because of them mo fananti popular tale you know politician no mundi nataro je mala e abe diminna asike kai
I could have been attacked. Politician and I'm well known. So somewhere even insulting me. So everything could have happened.
When the security officials present?
So more yes, there were soldiers. At the back.
But you still feared for your safety?
Say it again.
Did you still fear for your safety even though soldiers and other security officers were there? Mr. Kora, you're doing it again.
Okay, sorry. Manghani, because of employee.
Yes, that's true, because I was an intruder. I was not employed there. I just went there to see.
Why did Mr. Jallo take you to speak or introduce you to the sheriff or speak to the sheriff when you wanted to leave?
Mr. Jallo, I left for service. What woman I left Takata?
Maybe I'm not I didn't for I got interested in Namira.
He might have thought that what the advice I was giving was really beneficial.
That's it? You are not waiting for a translation, Mr. Kora. I am convinced that you can actually speak English.
No, the wonder, Mr. Kora. The wonder.
All right. Mr. Kora, are you sure that you only spent a few moments in Kanilai?
For Mr. Kora, you told article, what in dinner soto Kanilai.
What in dinner soto?
That was, I spent only a few moments at Kanilai.
Mr. Kora, are you certain that you were not on the ground working with Mr. Jallo as a valuer for the cattle?
Abada?
Yes, no, it never happened.
Because of Malo,
I did not know.
Was that the first time you met Mr. Jallo?
To see him inside that closet, that was the first time for me to see him.
Did you keep contact with Mr. Jallo after the sale in Kanilai?
Mandiam Ferry for Ninsise Kundanko and Tofo, what radio.
We did not talk, we did not contact each other until when my name was mentioned by one Sisekundanga on the radio or in the radio. Sisekundanga.
And it needed
Sorry, can you kindly repeat what you said?
I did not contact him, he did not contact, there was no contact between us until when my name was mentioned on the radio or in the radio by one Sisekundanga.
When was this? When did you contact Mr. Jallo again?
Kabira bota wala any Mr. Jallo nyo contact waral di amuta mentole.
Kabira bota wala telephone to. Yena ko famu. Kabira bota wala naman di am kotake adu manyo je kotake fan.
Then once I never contact him, we did not see, I did not see him, he did not see me. Through telephone, we have to contact telephone. Alma nyo call pana.
Nyo call kunya kili botu moloma. Kabiri wa telephone e kabiri wa na kumol fa radio koro. Yena ko fa tumole na adi amuta en telephone. Yena ko fa am ka fo nyoko bare ite dum mambo nyi ko kalama imete apply ka sa en ko be sira ngela modu. We
only talk to one another or each other when my name was mentioned in the radio that I talked with Mr. Jallo and he told me you did not sell or you did not buy, but your name has been mentioned. Then I said, well, I did not, I was not part of it.
Mr. Kora, who initiated the contact or the conversation when your name was being mentioned in the radio?
Kabri ya to mo radio to ini Mr. Jallo jumale follow call o warankal kakacha
ha na Mr. Jallo le call de
I was called by Mr. Jallo. I was called by Mr. Jallo.
So, Mr. Jallo, do you know how Mr. Jallo got your number, or did you exchange numbers that day in Kanilai?
Yeah, Mr. Jallo la number sudo nyali le fo na number le ta fana la number ta wolu man Kanilai ba.
Ala number tembulu mala ina number soto nyaminde bari mala number ta adu mala number to abulu. But maybe about number.
I definitely don't know how he got my number because I did not take his number and he did not take my number.
So what did you two talk about when he called you?
Kabring aya telephone ali mune kacha.
Ngana ko nyamande to fo kafu ko nde firo ke. Ngo mi dumba ndema mfemfelo firo la koto.
I told him when he called me that my name was mentioned, that I have been involved in this selling and buying of cattle, but I did not know anything about this process.
Was that the only thing you talked about with Mr. Jallo?
For any Mr. Jallo, aliyo drone kachabang.
Na kumoke ta odoronet.
Yes, that was all we talked about.
Was that the only time you spoke to Mr. Jallo?
For what is Dr. Jamie and any Mr. Jallo kachata usilo kola.
Hani nani ne mandi amuke unibite mamaje.
No, I've never seen him and we never talked until today.
That is not the question. You did not answer my question. My question was, after you spoke to Mr. Jallo at that time, when he called you, when news about the sales broke out, did you have other conversations with Mr. Jallo?
Wo man ken na nyini karo minti wala kabring ale diamuta wo sfiro la kuola fo Allah ta kacha do ko le altema ba.
Hani namu moja hanimbi.
Never, we did not even, we've never seen up till now.
Mambo telephone. Ya telephone.
Ha.
Ana fo.
Ay ben fo nyoro mu nyinti ko nyini yake to fo je ka fo ko tele wa fro ke yalo nyon ko ndebe dala non na den tele wa fro ke nya be fola yana ko fo ko ni to mo wa fro ke aka ni wolo ne ka fo ndema wa fro ke ba man te bula wa fro ah na odor ne fo
Ko kola. Wo ayi ko de kacha na ko.
Hani.
We never discussed about anything after the first conversation.
Please repeat what you said. He answered the question. What did he say?
He said after the first conversation, they did not telephone each other and they did not discuss about anything after the first contact.
You mentioned that your name was being mentioned on the radio a lot. Why was your name being mentioned all the time?
Ya foko e to pom radio tole. Muna ni na okita.
Ah ba o data je nde dum mo jama yello mo fa mo wa ko fenke wa ko si se
Maybe because I went there to Kanilai and I was there and I am well known, any people know me. Perhaps that was the reason why my name was mentioned on the radio.
You must be very famous then, isn't it? Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora?
You must be very famous for everybody to be talking about you just because you went to Kanilai.
Akamunta moli elom bake ela nyin because ela nyin Kanilai tat. Mo janni ay mo idara kana bak.
before ngata je.
Yes, I am very popular even before I went there.
Okay. When you got to Kanilai and you saw Mr. Jallo selling cattle, you said you met the sheriff. Mr. Jallo did introduce you to the sheriff. Did you ascertain what Mr. Jallo's position was?
Kabri ita dae Mr. Jallo mi aye introduce aye sabaye nin sari polondi. Pop ya yinin karo ke pu atela do ko mun ta ala abe mun kunna nun.
Hani mawlong nila nyinin kar man futaw.
No, I did not ask as far as that is concerned or that was concerned.
So, in your opinion, when you got to Kanilai and you saw Mr. Jallo selling, what did you think his position was? Did you think he was working with the sheriff or working on as a bailiff in the sheriff's division?
Kabari tada ya Mr. Jallo Trawafurol. Ila hakilo mine dila ye mine miracle ye mo miracle abe doko la no coming man sakunda la karola ba fo apa pantu doko la. I really realized that since he was doing that, I thought I concluded that he was definitely working for government.
Mr. Interpreter, I said the sheriff division, not the government.
Okay.
Maybe you can interpret the question again for the witness.
I mean, ako sheriff division member courthouse. Abe wala mantra government. Ako was sheriff for the water. Sheriff for the government courthouse. Yalo sheriff for the jakabe wala mantra mansakunda. Yes.
Let me just repeat the question. I think that it's easier that way. Mr. Kora, when you got to Kanila and you saw Mr. Jallo in the sale process, did you ascertain? You did not ascertain what his position was. We've already agreed on that, correct?
Kapring itara Kanila ye Mr. Jallo. I can't send the nyoma le ko abe binan. I'll send the nyoma je. Kabiri Mr. Jallo je abe natin si wako. Ako e me I'll send the nyoma je. So that was where I saw him.
Yes. So did you assume that Mr. Jallo was working under the sheriff or part of the bailiffs working under the sheriff?
It was ilambiro mene dila. Po ilambiro mene dila. Po mi Mr. Jallo abe sarif le ko no doko la bam nyadi ilambiro mene dila. Yeah, I cannot say for certain, but when I saw him selling, and I really thought he was in a position to do what he was doing.
So by the second day, you knew that the sale was being handled by the sheriff, correct? Yes. And you still did not think to ask whether Mr. Jallo was working under the sheriff?
Please
wait for the question to be translated.
Mr. Jallo no, I did not assert or I did not try.
As someone that was volunteering to help Mr. Jallo as a valuer and helping him with prices, didn't you think it was important to also ascertain who was responsible for the sales ground and who Mr. Jallo was reporting to, or what role he was supposed to be playing that day?
It's a time can lie. If volunteer, more may volunteer, Mr. Jallo. Nyanda firla nyanda wala nyanda wakula nyanda bari hari ka bete man nyin karo ke fom nyin Mr. Jallo be seri ko le ko numba imam wo nyin karo
nte mo nyin karo ba ngaji ministerial bije police bije ne aja ba wakula woto ala do ko lo.
I did not find out because I saw soldiers, I saw security everywhere, so I thought or I concluded that is his work, Mr. Jallo.
Sarif banan nte aje lunkili.
So the sheriff also I saw him once.
Subsequently, Mr. Kora,
Mr. Kora,
did you eventually learn that Mr. Jallo was not working with the sheriff division?
Oh, Mr. Jallo mantra street division. No, I did not find out. Oh, I did not know.
To this day, do you not know that Mr. Jallo was not part of the sheriff division?
Fokara bila hani for ita malon ko Mr. ko ya lon ne bang ko Mr. Jallo be sheriff division ne.
Malo.
I don't know.
Do you also know that Mr. Jallo was not supposed to be selling cattle on that day?
Jallo ko nyanna trala nu je wafuro la banen si wafo la ko wolo nenu.
Mawolo.
No, I didn't.
Even after your name was being mentioned everywhere in the you still did not learn that Mr. Jallo was not supposed to be selling cattle.
Oh, ko I did not say to me wa to min na radio to ba be to ko kan. Hani ka bi te ma lon ko Mr. Jallo man tan serif ko no man wo nyini ka.
Hani molo bawo.
No, I don't know and I did not.
So on the second day as well, you did not buy any cattle?
I did not buy any cattle.
You never bought cattle being sold, cattle of the former president being sold by the sheriff?
Dead.
I have never bought cattle from the sheriff.
What was your reaction when you heard your name being mentioned with regards to the sale of cattle?
Kabri ye to mo radio do be to pang ko kan yin si wa ko la ko ite o ma ta nyaade mun ke tay la ma famut ikata nyaade
No, mbanki nyaaw nyaaw ba o ngalon ko na position be nyaaw imam bula wa furla man imam project dinna imam fendinna lota do ngabila moy.
It was normal. It was normal for me because I knew I was not involved and I was not asked to buy or sell any cattle, and I knew I was not involved. So it was normal for me. It appeared normal for me.
You did not answer the question, Mr. Kora. My question was, what was your reaction when you heard your name being mentioned in the media with regards to the sale of cattle?
Ikata nyaadi le kabri ye to mo radio to nyimni si wa ko la karo ikata nyaadi le mata nyaadi le
Le ba mata nyaami ngolo am thinking na dem but do di bisita.
I was completely surprised because I knew I was not involved.
And eventually what did you do?
So kabri to na ja ali da muleke
Ani ma thinking ko take but do for bisita.
I did not do anything. I just sat down and waited for a day like that of today.
So you did not try to go to the media as well to correct the record or rebut the claims that were being made about you?
Kabiri ya to mo radio bako ida mang ta radio to waran radio mi ya waran kaiti ki to mi ya ka fu ye ke to clear.
Ndi media di amuta.
Yes, I spoke to one of the media out.
Which one?
Media Juma.
Ibrahim Jara Julu be dam Star FM.
Where Ibrahim Ajara works, is it Star FM? I don't know.
King FM.
That's King FM.
Was that the only media house you spoke to regarding this?
Mo jamal dol nata yen tari ya ka nyininka na suwo kono.
Yes, even apart from that, a lot of people met me at home and they were
nata balande fa bawe kantam.
About this,
Go. Mo jamal nata. Dol nata yen tari suwo kono ka nyininka. Ida bota wala nata balanga because of the amo saying staff kuma for
a lot of people came to my home and we are talking about this or asking me about this. So in the end, I was a bit resistant. I never wanted to talk about it because it was causing uneasiness for me.
It was causing issues for you? What issues was it causing for you?
I'm going to cost it.
I'm a very concentrated. The phone I cost it today. Bow for a phone go betamala.
For me, it did not create that much difference for me. But then for them, they were looking for news, and definitely I know they got news.
In saying you end up stopping because they are still and he does not want to say, much and contradicts himself. That's what he's saying.
Thank you. Hold on.
You were being asked too much and you did not want to contradict yourself. You are doing it again. You're
stop.
Okay.
Yes, that was.
Why did you think there was a possibility for you to contradict yourself if everything you've stated here is correct? Or is
That was not the question. Hold on. Okay.
Please translate what he just said, so I know.
So it all interest la woti kan yin ka kataja na kabona na kanaja kan yusu do. But what much all interest? Oh, sorry. No, I'm talking to sorry. Okay.
No, the witness has provided an answer. Please just translate it back to me. So
ako komu
post the case.
I had asked a question,
You're okay, yes.
which was why did he feel the need, or why did he think that he was going to contradict himself if he kept speaking to different media houses?
I am yin karo bin na wala ni te dia muta journalist jama'a mo jama'a muna tin ay te hakilo yin dila ko woto ni o jama'a ke ibe ko la janne ye kudo ko min manke kilin man na te o mira
min mo mira ko hakkilo do ko hada madi la hakkilo be nyaado la ma adi te be interest le noma pour ngadi amula fonkol ko ko le hakkende balanta.
That was human nature. This could happen. And I also knew that these people were after their interest to get this.
Mr. Kora, if everything you've said here today is true and correct about the wholesale process,
Yeah, member for Jambi, for a bemo team to Nyalfiba, Ninfiro, Ketanyamia, Toto Nyale, my member for Jam.
wait, I have not posed the question yet.
Okay,
It will just be-
for her. Yes.
If everything you've said here is true and correct, repeating it multiple times will not cause contradiction, will it?
Near I member for Jam, Bemutonal, the Nibetonia Copa. Hania for senior Jama, water in a lay pancunda, ya put trans a mistake. Not a Tonyale.
Afaya ko ndele man interest wala.
So, yes, I know, I agree, but that was not my interest to talk about this.
Honorable Chair, I think we can take a short break, perhaps for prayers, and then we can continue. 10 minutes, perhaps.
Okay. 15 minutes. Okay. At this point, we will break for prayers. 15 minutes, and we'll come back. Translate.
Mr. Kora, sali ko halal saro si tale ngata sali.
Okay.
Militan lule wala dinna pour nga murna.
Okay.
Ngana kontu. 15 minutes, 10 minutes,